an experience of a lifetime to travel in those places where religious practices and beliefs exist. Its serene and breathtaking views warm the core of one's soul, may you be a believer or not. Visiting these places requires you to know the rules so as to keep the utmost respect and practices that these places have. Some needs you to cover one's head and some not, to give an offer or not to leave anything at all. Watching those devotees and how they interact with the sacred tombs, grottos, pagodas, or waterfalls may give you not just a great insight of their culture, but it might just make you check or question your own. It doesn't matter where you will travel, you will find out about the human's own approach to interpreting this multifarious, wonderful world. 10. Oregon, USA. The Crater Lake. A deep hole was left flooded which became Crater Lake when the top of Mount Mazama was blown way back 8,000 years. As stated by Native American, a fight erupts between Skell and Lau causing damage. With which story that you prefer, the aftermath landscape is really legendary. They perform a tight vision quest in here, but simply you can follow the trail towards water's edge. Sail to the Wizard Island, a formed cinder cone during the ancient eruption, and or maybe its head of Lau. 9. Sri Lanka, Adams Peak. A dented rock sits at the top of the Pyramid Peak, in the midst of the tea country known as Sri Pada or the Sacred Footprint. The believers of different religions make a stiff climb in order for them to worship at the Holy Heel, which depends on their faith, perhaps can be the mark of Shiva, Adam, St. Thomas, or Buddha. The pilgrim's route leads up a 244 meters mountain along shrines, tea estates, steep steps, a forest filled with wildlife, and long drops. Make the climb to have a view of devotees giving offerings and amazing highlands stretch out below. 8. Cordoba, Spain, the La Mezquita. Mezquita is a Spanish term for mosque, and the Cordoban complex truly is way more complex than mosque. During the 8th century, succeeding the Islamic conquest in Iberia, the basilica was divided and was shared by Christians and Muslims. However, in 784 AD, a new magnificent mosque has begun constructing, with courtyard of orange tree and a prayer hall with striped arches that seem infinite. During the 16th century, after it was reconquest by the Christians, Catholic cathedral was built inside, minaret was enclosed in bell tower. It resulted to clash of religions in architecture. However, this is still one of the most striking structure in the world. 7. Japan, the Kyoto. Kyoto, most spiritual sites. Kyoto was known previously as Heian Kyo, capital of tranquility and peace. It has been the center for the culture of Japanese for thousands of years, and still so until now. It has overflowing spiritual sites, 90 Christian churches, 400 Shinto shrines, and 1660 Buddhist temples dot on the ancient lanes. The Fushimi Inari Shrine and the captivating trail on Red Torii, at the hill on the vicinity of Kyoto, is a nice spot to achieve the overview of its spiritual city. 6. Peru and Bolivia, the Lake Titicaca. Glimmering at the altitude of 800 meters, this wide Lake Titicaca is central to birth of Inca civilization. King Manco Capac was the founder, and is said that from the rock on Isla del Sol he had emerged. As a result, the Island of the Sun came to be a key religious center, and the pilgrims coming from across empire came in order to visit the shrines. At present, people sail across going to this island and walk only passing the flagston paths, tour at the temple ruins, dwell at the posada, and enjoy those view of the snow-capped Andes. 5. British Columbia, Canada, the Escangui. The archipelago of Haida Gwaii was occupied by the Haida people for about 8,000 years. In the southwest, a village in Escangui was deserted in 1880s, and little by little the totem poles are being subsumed by with trees and moss. Its decay expresses Haida's connectedness on nature. This place is accessible only by boat, with not more than a dozen guests allowed. Tours are led by Haida watchmen, and as they tour along the old forest, they narrate the tales about the totems. 4. North Island, New Zealand, the Cape Reinga. Located at the edge of Northland, wherein the Pacific Ocean and the Tasman Sea collide, the gnarled tree of Poyutukawa tree that clutches at the edge of the cliff which sends souls below towards the underworld. As stated by Maori mythology, Cape Reinga, known also as Te Reignawarua, leaping off place of spirits, a place where the dead departs, sliding down to the old tree and unite with goddess Hai-Nuaipo in afterlife. It is their connection with the ancestors for Maori people. But for the visitors, it's a breathtaking place at the end of Earth. 3. Wiltshire, UK, the Avebury. This place is dotted with peculiarity, the cutesy village that is divided by stone circle, a baffling sanctuary for the concentric rings. Long barrows dating back to 3650 BC, the largest mound made by man in Europe, and nobody knows what it's for. Perhaps it was key Neolithic ritual site, a place where people can perform ceremonials and connects with the spirits and seasons. This connection still, however, is possible in search of apparent ley lines, have to hire dowsing rods, touching the mighty sarsen stones, or go to manor for a cream tea. 2. Tibet Autonomous Region, China, the Mount Kailash. Kailash is more beyond a mountain with 6,714 meters high on the western Tibet. A mandala, center of the universe, a source for Asia's 4 great rivers, most revered with about billions of devotees, Bans, Jains, Hindus and Buddhists all regarded it sacred. The utmost test is to perform Kora, circular pilgrimage all around its mountain with approximately 52 kilometers and scattered with yaks, the prayer flags and breathtaking views. The Buddhists believe it will absolve bad karma for one lifetime and with 108 Koras would lead to full enlightenment. 1. Germany, the Wittenberg. Martin Luther, a priest and professor, attached 95 theses to Wittenberg Schlosskirche heavy doors in 1517 and changed the flow of history. His questioning document Get Started Protestant Reformation, the huge shake-up to a Christian world. Heavy metal door replaces the wooden doors. The church opens for tours, concerts, and services. His tomb is located 289 steps up on Round Tower. There's an inscription with the title of his hymns, to look over the groundbreaking medieval city. That's it. Comment down which place you like the most. I hope you like this video. Subscribe for more videos.